in your LinkedIn bio, you've also mentioned that you manage over 1 million man hours, multi-million dollar budgets, and 50 plus team members. So, besides being able to prioritize and using these frameworks, what else would you say goes into the secret sauce to ensure success through any of the projects that you're working on?
That's a great question. And over time, I've had to really develop my sense of instinct and my sense of what I commit myself to and what I say no to. I actually, I'm one of those people who's a bit of a people pleaser. Like I like to say yes and I like to, take on things. And I got my first product management job when people did not know what product management was. I mean, it was, almost 2 decades ago. And it was basically just things and topics that either the engineering team or the marketing team just didn't want to do. And so there were eager beavers like me putting up our hands saying, yeah, we're going to do that. So I come from that class of product management who really like to be in the midst of things, take on more stuff, want to be able to really deliver, please, say yes, etc. And so over time, I found that um, as and when the scope of my work expanded to not just what I had to do, but also what I had to get out of others, and many of them who don't report into me, I've had to really rethink and rechange and hone my instinct of what works and what doesn't work. And really get better at saying the yes and what that means over a longer period of time, and saying no, and and holding to that over a longer period of time. So we live in a world of so much data and so much
Yeah.
prioritization frameworks at our disposal. But at the end of the day, Ginny, I think what I've had to really work on is my sense of instinct, and my
Mm.
ability to say yes and no to various topics. Does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that makes so much sense, and like I really resonate with that because I think the biggest challenge now with so much happening in the world is when you say yes and when you consciously say no. Because even for me, when people ask like, "Oh, like how do you like manage your priorities?" The response that I give is very similar to yours, which is I'm hyper conscious about what I say yes to because in saying yes to something, you're indirectly saying no to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so knowing those trade-offs, knowing what the opportunity cost is for saying the yes and
Mm,
potentially for saying the no's too. I mean, I've made a lot of mistakes by saying no to things which I should have taken on, or saying yes to things which, haven't really resulted in the kind of like impact that we expected. But those are, I feel like, the learning opportunities where it gets better and our instinct gets better. So I think I still need to get better at it. I still am at a stage where, if somebody calls me for a meeting in terms of like mediating a topic or helping give advice on a certain thing, I would say yes. And usually that means my meeting calendar is pretty full, but I'm also at the forefront of telling my team, hey, we should have fewer meetings, and we should be working in a different way, in a
yeah.
different mode, and really focusing on our craft. And so it's been interesting. I've had to go back and actually recheck my own assumptions on what I say yes to and what I commit to and what that trade-off
Mm,
actually means. So you're absolutely right. I mean, it's the not just the yes or the no, but it like when you say that, what are you trading off is actually an important understanding to have.
yeah, definitely. And I so appreciate you saying yes to this podcast because I know you're busy and I'm just really grateful to have you here because there's so much knowledge that you'll be able to share with our audience.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. I'm happy to be here, and I'm hope I can help in any way. Of course, anything for you.
Thank you. And what's funny, I was like reflecting back to how I know you, and I was like, man, it's been almost, if not more than 5 years since you and I have met, which is quite a long time if you think about it. I know,
Has it?
and the 5, 6 years has gone by really fast, right? Like
That is
it's kind of
Yeah,
crazy when you
and now
think
we are
about it.
in our second innings in terms of like working together and partnering together, which is really awesome. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't imagine it would be that long. Um, which is
Yeah.
great. I mean, it's a testimony to, I think, what you have built, Ginny. I think a lot of startups that I work with have a, shelf life, if you may, and most of
Hmm.
them actually fail over, a period of, if you look at it over a period of a year, a couple of years. But you've been able to create something sustaining, which I'm hoping you're feeling really proud of.